Alright. Let me know if I'm live, guys, if y'all are here with us. A 5x5 would be sweet. Hope everyone's having a good evening, although I know it's a cold evening. It is 27 degrees here. Teetering on 26, 27 degrees. Way too cold for my bones. Let me know what y'all think. How's the weather near you? Anybody? Let me know if y'all can hear me. And if you can see the screen. Hey, it's the crew. Alright, James Kaufman, World News Report today. Thank you so much. God bless you. Good to see you. Never see you check in for a live, so that's awesome. Tonight we're going to be doing a little bit different than the old ugly news. There's a lot of ugly news, so I thought we'd go in a different direction and cover Mother Nature, who's not so nice either lately, right? So it's James Kaufman, World News Report today, and today we're going to cover volcanoes, earthquakes, and some of the weather patterns happening now and patterns that we're expecting over the next few days. Hugs and love. Love to you. All right. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone wants to guess how many volcanoes are going off, I will say there's quite a few of them going off. But I'm going to give y'all an actual number of volcanoes. I can't believe how many in the Aleutian Islands alone, and on the actual the tip of Alaska we've got going on here, and we don't have Spur that was lighting up just yesterday or the day before. Now, I am going to get to counting, and hopefully you guys will guess my guess without doing this for several weeks, just looking around. This looks like it's pretty complicated through here. I'm going to guess 85 volcanoes, and that's going to be completely, well, just a guess. And I will actually call out a number every once in a while, just so we know where we are. But basically, I'm going to count silently. $32, $34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 1, 2, 3, 43 going into the nightmare. That's quite a few, I'll tell you right now. $49, $50 up to Aiken. There's 60. $70. $80. $86. Dr. Joey, he's alive. 86 volcanoes erupting, folks. Dr. Joey, stick around because we're going to go over what's happening in your neck of the woods, as a matter of fact, or what we think is going to happen, right? Erupting currently, and I could have gotten one wrong. Currently, now What we're going to do a little bit different tonight than we usually do is, see if I can get that up there. We don't need a poll quite yet. I'm going to actually go over some of the things that they're noticing. The Great Sitkin, we have a orange alert watch right now. It's a slow eruption, but they're thinking it's going to become a larger eruption. And this is just the most elevated stuff around here. The Shishalden, and let's see, Shishalden's going to be a yellow advisory, and we're going to have to find out what Shishalden is here. Shishalden is right here, and Sitkin is right here. So the Aleutian Islands are really, really popping and going. We all know Kilauea is moving up to a full eruption again, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Ahai Seamount. Now, Seamount regularly means underwater. We might not have this one on our volcano map, but let's see if it's here instead. Well, there's no information on it. Northern Marina Islands. And these seamounts are not going to be on my map, unfortunately. Let's see. Well, let's see. We can type it in, because I would like to know if they're actually going to tell us about underwater volcanoes, right? And I'm sure this will be enough to get us where we need to go. And it was enough. The Northern Marina Island Chain, Pacific Ocean, and that's going to be, believe it or not, let's see. Below the ocean surface, 137 feet below the ocean's surface. So these are the Northern Marina Islands here. We call them what? The Lesser Antilles? Let's see if we can back up and see. They're going to give us anything bigger than that. No, I think we're over here in Indonesia, aren't we, guys? Well, yes, over near Guam. How beautiful. Look at this. So the Northern Marina Islands are right here north of Guam, and you can't even see them here. And so they are on the other side of the world right there. But they are covering an underwater seamount. Now, what else this has that we found is this is going to be all the Alaskan volcanoes they're worried about. This goes over the Great Sitkin and Shishalden that we just went over. And then it's going to actually go into the California Observatory, and they're not seeing any problems. Typical seismic and geysers. Long Valley typical, and M2, everything's typical there. Then we're going to go in, and the Cascadia Range, Dr. Joey. All volcanoes are in normal range. Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams, Mount Baker, Glacier Peak. These are all of them. I like seeing them all here. Three Sisters, Newberry, Crater Lake, and Oregon. All small earthquakes, all in normal ranges. And then we're going to look at the Hawaiian Islands, and we know Kilauea is awakening. And then we're going to look at the Northern Marina Islands, which we just looked at, and we know that seamound is awakening. In the middle of the Pacific, I'm not too worried about it. Then we're going to look at Yellowstone activity. That's right. Yellowstone activity is, well, they had 251 earthquakes in November alone. The largest was a 3.2, but no significant changes in surface displacement patterns since the summer. They are trying to, it looks like, get the Black Diamond area that blew. If y'all remember, the sidewalks all blew, all rebuilt. This is a really great page I'm going to use from henceforth here because it goes over all the areas of interest. And this is going to be notices. You can see most of the notices for Kilauea. And there's Sheldon off the, well, I guess all the notices are going to be in here. But these are all the notices ongoingly. All right. Get rid of that. We're going to start out with earthquakes. And everyone knows that no one in Canada 7.6, I think it ain't 7.0 for sure. Well, a lot of activity, and that's right there on that. Is it Berber Glacier? And most of these were actually in the Yukon, not really in Alaska. Although Alaska does run most of the coast, most of that glacier works its way into the Yukon. And these bigger earthquakes were actually in Canada, if you will, Yukon territory. So it looks like they've had quite a few of them here. And that's this week only in yellow. All right. Moving along. Taking a look at what's going on today. Everything in yellow are volcanoes that no one's been talking about that are awakening right now. You can see Iceland's got a couple awakening, and we've dealt with this volcano before, but I think we did deal with Katla just last time, awakening. We've got a lot awakening here in the Mediterranean and over the Azores Islands, Cape Verde here, and this is Pele, the one that's supposed to erupt with Edna right before the end of the world, according to Edgar Casey, remember? And this is Kilauea over here, and the other large volcano over there has not been active for a few months. Now, we'll start here. Papatakaspu, all the way through into Panama, and really not a lot going on in Venezuela. Offshore here, we've got two in the French islands, the West Indies over here, and then Bolivia and Colombia. We have a lot going on, and then Peru and Chile make up the entire west coast over here. Actually, Peru and Chile. Bolivia doesn't have any coastline. You're saying, well, it sure looks like it does. Well, it doesn't. Actually, they stole the coast from Bolivia. If you zoom in here, I thought they stole the coast from Bolivia. Maybe they didn't. Well, these are plate tectonic boundaries. You can see here, they actually have stole the coast from Bolivia. It ends where that O is right there. There's the Bolivian actual boundary. These are plate boundaries here. So Bolivia has no coast, Peru, and this is a park called the Peruvian-Chilean Wedge, a volcanic park, has over 20,000 active volcanoes, and this is about the most active I've seen it with, 7, 8, 9. Now there was a time it had 2 or 3 or none, and now it's got 9, so that's a little bit more than 2 or 3 or none. It's called the Peruvian-Chilean Wedge, and Chile owns all of the property all the way around to here, meaning Argentina has no Pacific coast whatsoever, neither does Bolivia or anyone else. Peru, Ecuador, and Chile have the only really Pacific coast, although Colombia does. All right, let's zoom out and see what else is happening here. These are just the bigger quakes. The 5.2 over here, Easter Island, just where we want it. Down here at South Sandwich Island, a 5.2. Let me get this zoomed out a bit. When I put the 4 O's on, it's going to light this thing up. As y'all all know, this is a North American plate here, Pacific plate here, Euro-Asia plate here, Indonesian plate here, and they all meet right there. And we've been seeing a huge swarm right north of there, probably right about where the Tawada volcano is, right in between that and this other volcano, the Aitken volcano. We will see some of that as I flip the switch. Let's not forget, we don't only have we have Whale Island volcano, and then we have White volcano here. Get it a little bit closer so we can grab it. I'll have to cheat. Then we have a White Island volcano here, and then down here we have another White Island volcano. Why do we have 2 White Island volcanoes so close to each other? And of course that's Erebus that they say sprays 6,000 ounces of gold out every day. Google has actually covered this entire area up so you can't see anything here now. This is all shadow banned from the public. I don't know what the hell they're doing down here, but it can't be any good. Can't see anything going on around any of these areas. This is Murdoch Station. Y'all have heard a lot about that. It's where all the girls are getting sexually assaulted, right? That's all I know about it. Alright, let's make this a little bit bigger, and let's turn a few more on. Now 4 is going to wipe us out big time here, because most of the quakes happening right now are 4.0s. And we'll let y'all take a look at the 4.0s. We had a 4.0 with a tsunami warning today in Glen Allen, California. No tsunami was created. I did not cover it because it was a 4.0. Probably should have, looking back at it, but we're covering it right now. That was the biggest quake in America today, that 4.0. Nothing 4.0 wise up here with all these volcanoes awakening and all the magma movement under it. But then when we get over here to the tip of Russia, I think we have 7 or 8 volcanoes right here awakening. There's a 4.0 and 4.9s. We've been seeing 6.0s, 7.0s. I think we saw an 8 point something here about a month ago. And then here, where there's more pressure coming from every different side, you're seeing just a swarm of earthquakes right where they're building, of course, 28 new nuclear reactors. Gotta love those Japanese. I thought they were the smart ones. Like, that's so funny. They started building them on the inside here, and here come the swarms. They have to realize they're on one volcanic ridge, 2 volcanic ridges, and, well, they're right where 4 plates meet. That's Tokyo right there. And if you zoom in, look at all these volcanoes out here. Look, this is a volcanic ridge here. 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 And look, the plates don't connect there or there right here. But all the pressure is coming right here. And that is Tokyo. And this actually goes into Yokohama, which is right under my deal. I'm gonna have to zoom in a little bit too much to see Yokohama. I can't believe you can't see Yokohama yet. That's weird. Well, I know it's there. There it is, Yokohama right here. Sorry guys, a little bit further north than I thought. I used to have some Yokohama tires on one of my cars. Alright, this is where the big swarms are happening up here. Today we had a 4.7 and a 4.3 and a 4.9. Didn't even break the 5.0 range here. These people love to build nuclear reactors, and they're in one of the most volcanic areas around the world. Good thing the Indonesian people don't like to build nuclear reactors, excuse me. You can see around Indonesia here, guys, it's just going crazy. We don't see anything right here with this huge volcano. It's wiped out most of China several times in Kazakhstan. We've got a 4.0 here, a 4.7 here. These are all volcanoes, either in fully erupted mode, red, partially eruption, orange, awakening, and yellow again. And this is where most of your magma movement is being shown. 4.5, a 4.9. We can say two things here. We can say there's a lot of plate boundaries that don't meet, that are going to meet, and that could be the reason for all these earthquakes. And we can also see all of the volcanoes awakening here, which means we have magma movement under these plates here. So this is going to be a real, dangerous area. And most of y'all know Zealandia, if y'all been following me at all. Most people don't know anything about Zealandia. It's an island rising. I guess the peak of it would be New Caledonia, which is right in here. That's New Caledonia right there. I'll zoom in and show you New Caledonia. And this is New Zealand. And New Zealand is trying to claim all this light blue is their quote-unquote continental shelf, but they're not a continent. Although this is being called the 8th continent, by the way, and it's called Zealandia. In about, 100 years, 1,000 years, 10,000 years, it might be sitting right there next to Australia. Unfortunately, I know you all heard about the terrible tragedy, the Palestinian nut jobs shooting up the beach there, Bondi Beach in Australia. Well, that's what you get for mass migration and immigration, whatever you want to call it, right? You can be nice or not, but it's not going to work out for anybody, especially when the group that's migrating has no intent on assimilating. Just the opposite. Their intent is to have you assimilate into their culture. How many of y'all started eating with your hands? I had a hot dog today and ate with my hands. Does that count? All right. Other things of importance. I will say we're seeing a lot of activity here in Ethiopia. It looks like there's 2, but there's actually 3 volcanoes. And here there's 3 too, I think. Hold on. No, one of them went away. Nope, there are 2. See, 1, 2. They're just so close to each other, can't even see them. Now you can see them though, right? Watch. 1, 2. So we're seeing a lot more activity in Africa. That's 2, 3, so altogether 6. And these are off the coast of Africa. So this area is also, I'm surprised that we only have 85 volcanoes that are popping off. I guess we're missing those ones that are usually happening in Iceland and maybe some of the other areas. All right, I'm going to put them all on real quick, guys. Everybody hold on. All right. Of course, we're going to be swarming everywhere now. You can just see it for yourself. Where we had that 4.0, there's about 20 aftershocks. We'll be able to see that when we get to the USGS. This is going to be a 3.4 in the Gulf. They call it the Gulf of California. Of course, it's not. God, I can't believe that they have actually named it the Gulf of California now. The audacity. Sea of Cortez, I believe, Sea of Cortez. And look at this swarm up here. We'll take a look at that at the USGS. That's going to be one of 4 places that the North American Pacific Plate Boundary, better known as the San Andreas Plate, does not meet. They're seeing normal activity here at geysers, constantly watching that. All this is from fracking. These are just different oil fields around Texas. Nothing happening in Oklahoma. We'll see if something's happening when we get to the map. Look at all the magma movement in all the, Central American countries. You'd hate to live in any of them. Oh, wait, no one does anymore. All 40 million of them came to the U.S. for free phones and free houses and free everything. Let's see. I guess there's not much more to talk about. When you see something like this here, you can well know that that's magma movement. And remember, there's 20,000 volcanoes in this area here. And I'm sorry, but I forgot the name of the park. We could look it up, but it doesn't matter. Not this second. This is going to be several volcanoes that are awakening here. I think that we're going to be on an uptick for volcanic activity here. We've never seen this many in the park. The park runs all the way from Peru down to the tip of Chile. I guess I've done a complete video on the park itself. West coast of South America. That's going to be Easter Island there, believe it or not, guys. That's a 5.2, and that's one of the very biggest, if not the biggest, earthquake on the globe today. Germany came in at a 5.5 here. All right. Now, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if there's any volcanoes, or if they think there's any active volcanoes. They don't show any active volcanoes. The green ones go back 10,000 years, i.e. they have actually erupted within 10,000 years. The black ones go back 15,000 years, and they don't cover anything past that. 15,000 years is obviously a speck of time. If the globe is 4.4 billion years old. We also had a 4.6 here on the plate tectonic boundary here. And this plate here, the one off Chile, is where we had the biggest magnitude earthquake ever. I believe it was a 9.6. I'll have to look it up. A 9.6. And it killed, 90,000 people, although the Haitian earthquake killed over 340,000 people. A lot of people say that the one in Haiti was man-made. There were a lot of things that didn't make sense that day. We'll put it like that. That day. I'll take some of this off. If there's anything you want to ask me about over on this map, we can. We're going to go to the USGS. Then we're going to look at the snow and weather patterns that are happening. This is something I'd like to mention. We didn't see any action for what, guys? 3 or 4 years. I started in February of 2020. I'd been looking at this for several years before that. Nothing was going on. If y'all remember, this entire plate has built, except for that little black part right there, has built since then. And we talked about when it was finished, all that energy would end up in the Aegean Sea. And the Bible talks about the big tidal wave, and for everyone to run to the highest mountain or your rooftops. Don't turn around to get your coat. A tsunami will probably be created from one of these volcanoes, and there are a ton of them. Each island you see here in the Aegean Sea is a party island and a volcano, both, right? And we've never seen any earthquakes in the Aegean Sea till about 6 months ago. And now you see Santorini volcano pop up there. We've always had Etna here. We've always had Campi here. We've always had all this going on. Stromboli, Volcano, always. But now we're starting to see all the activity move from here over to the Aegean Sea. I see either a volcano or a very large earthquake. The Bible said it will be the largest earthquake ever. The sky will roll up, and then That's going to happen when the seven armies? Or is it 5 armies? 5 armies that surround Israel. Y'all help me. Y'all can with any Bible literature. I believe it's 5. It could be 7 though. Have surrounded Israel and they're about to attack. The earthquake will go off and the tsunami will wipe out. And this is not my interpretation. This is most everyone's interpretation. The armies that have surrounded. Now we have Lebanon here, Syria, Iraq, Jordan. I will say that Jordan has been very quiet and not really part of the party. But we also have Egypt here that does not like Israel at all, and even Turkey that does not like Israel at all. So we could come up with 5 to 7, and hey, we could even go down here to Saudi Arabia. We can come up with 5 to 7 people surrounding Israel right now, although their armies are not in place as far as we know. Now, if anyone knows, guess who owns Cyprus? MI6 and the CIA. Let's just say, I know it for a fact, and a lot of the servers are kept here for both MI6, who has an airfield there. The Royal Air Force has an airfield there, and the CIA. When you go to like investing.com, all that information, all your account information, a lot of the financial companies' accounts are run through servers here on Cyprus. We took that during what's called 3-day war, when Greece went to war against Turkey and got their ass handed to them in 3 days. Greece and Turkey. While they were busy, we stole Cyprus. What a great strategical area to have. And yes, when I tell you that there's an airbase there, there is, in fact, an airbase there. And a volcano, by the way. Let's see if I can pull the airbase. Yeah. We won't worry about it right now. Not the game we're playing today, guys. What else? I don't think I see anything except for we are coming into a lineup with Jupiter here. And that's, of course, by far the largest planet. And when this is a good watch date here, watch the moon come around the 22nd, 23rd. Let's see if we can get it around a little bit better. That's probably a better watch date right there. What date is that? The 4th, January 4th, January 5th. You've got Jupiter, the moon, Earth, and the sun. And we still have a geomagnetic connection to Uranus and Eris way out here. I don't know why we have such a strong connection to Eris. Makes little sense. Maybe around the 22nd, maybe around the 4th, but I don't see any large planetary lineups coming that might give us an uptick in anything going on. Now, there could always be sunspots. I'm not saying that there can't. Look at the magma movement now around Indonesia. All right. And then look at the earthquake swarm around the 4 largest plates that all meet right here. Again, this is a North American plate. All this is North American plate, Pacific plate, Eurasia plate, Indonesian plate. And they all meet right there, basically in the middle of Japan there, where they're building 28 new nuclear reactors. Do I like the fact that they're building nuclear reactors all over the U.S. now, 1 mile underground? It's almost like they're putting bombs everywhere underground, isn't it? It's very, very weird. And they think that they're going to use the natural structure instead of having to spend money on building the structure. All I see is 1 mile deep. It's going to screw up the groundwater everywhere they put one of these nuclear reactors. That's all I see. And trust me, it will screw up. Being in the oil and gas business for 35 years, we've had to buy entire counties in northern New Mexico, southern Colorado. Entire counties' waters have been where the oil company actually has to go in and buy every house in the entire county for fair market price. It'll ruin your water, especially now that they're fracking. What is fracking? Well, that's where they drill down and then they pour acid down the holes to make the rock more permeable, and the acid seeps through and breaks and cracks the rocks. And if you think that they can control it from, they put in a little piece of steel. The acid won't go through the steel. It'll just go through the hard granite rock, right? They protect the water table with a flimsy pipe lining, and then they tell you you're safe. And then it's not like the acid would move up towards the surface at all. It just goes wherever they release it, right? Although they want it to go as far as possible, because the further the acid goes, the more oil or gas they can produce, right? So that's why places like Paraguay that have one of the last untouched aquifers, undrilled aquifers, are so valuable to the world, and that's why you see all the billionaires buying Paraguay property. Actually, that's where all of them are buying property. They always tell you they're buying it in New Zealand, and they're not. They're buying it in Paraguay. All right, y'all saw the Russian Peninsula. We're going to talk about Mount Spur, Hayes, of course, and this area here next. We'll leave this up in case we need it. All right, we know we have a ton of volcanoes here. 1, 2, there were 6 right here. 6 just in the Aleutian Islands. Typically all, and some of them are probably on shore. Here they are. Well, that's going to be in the U.S., right? Although we don't really consider that the U.S. if you live in the lower 48. How many states are there? 49, 50. Is Puerto Rico a state? No, it's not. Do they still have congressmen? Yes, they do. Why? I don't know. Is the Virgin Islands a state? No. Do they still have congressmen? Yes. Why? I don't know. I can't explain it. But they don't have senators. They just have representatives. I want to make that clear. Each state, the 50 proper states, have 2 senators each, although we do have representatives from the American Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. I think that's it. 430-something idiots that we've selected to run the country, right? All right, guys. Believe it or not, this is hard to believe, that little dot right there, 50% of the people that live in Alaska live in Anchorage. So if you want to get lost, it's going to be real easy. We know that there's 7 volcanoes. We saw Mount Spur almost wake up right across from Anchorage in the sound here. And then right next to that's Mount Hayes, the famous Mount Hayes, as in Pat Price, the remote viewer, viewing aliens and Marines being stuck at the airport with a needle and dying the next day. Pat Price, Mount Hayes. That's Mount Spur, that's Mount Hayes, and they're right there. I can actually show them to you on this other map. They hate when I tell you about this, but anyone that types in Pat Price, and we'll look at it real quick, watch. Look how close they are to Anchorage. Mount Hayes, Mount Spur. Hayes, Spur. Hayes, Spur. Hayes, Spur. Blah, blah, blah. Tell me I don't know my geography. For those that are new, let's learn who Pat Price is, I guess. I was going to try to run our dual channel. If y'all would, please join this channel here. We're about to have several guest hosts. And if you want to be a guest host, this channel has 15,000 subscribers. We're accepting guest hosts that start out making 50% of all revenues. And they go up to 70 and 80% of all revenues after just putting some time in. All you got to do is make the video. We do all the back end SEO, closed captioning, all the hard work. We spend more on your video time-wise than you would. 14,000 plus subscribers. All you got to do is write me at World News Report today and tell me you're interested in becoming an anchor. We already have 2 people starting this week that have already, shown interest and basically are making their first videos. Taking them a little bit longer than I'd hoped, but that's all right. I had sold this channel and just bought it back last month, and so it was named something else, but I went in and changed it back to my stuff. So we're accepting at World News Report 007, and you can get to it and subscribe there, or just write me at worldnewsreporttoday@gmail.com, which is our main channel's email, that you're interested, and leave your number. I'll holler at you. I'll have somebody on the team holler at you. And we're pretty easy. If we think YouTube will take it. They asked me, what kind of information are you interested in, James? I said, you know what? We're going to have several guest anchors on this channel. So anything that you're interested in, if you can make it interesting, well, we're looking for 2 to 15-minute videos. And again, you get paid from day one because this is already a monetized channel. So if you're interested, let me know. Let me know. I'll get you going. I was trying to hook it up with tonight's live, and I couldn't figure out how to. Doesn't that suck? All right, we were going to look up Pat Price. Pat Price, remote viewer. He was the #1 remote viewer in the naval high strangeness. Pat Price he wasn't even supposed to be looking at Mount Hayes. It's in extraterrestrial structures. He had been to the moon. I remember all that stuff. Remote viewer, Wikipedia. You can download Project Stargate. He was one of the best remote viewers. He was killed he probably shouldn't have reported it, but he was killed 3 days after he reported to his CIA lead that he had seen U.S. Marines working with aliens in Mount Hayes, and there were human bodies and embryos, and half human and half aliens in there, and he was actually poked. He knew that he was going to be poked. So let's see. Look, they want you to pay for it. UFO bases. He claimed, let's see. Oh, this is someone's YouTube video. Well, Mount Hayes, Alaska is why he got killed. And he wasn't supposed to be reviewing Mount Hayes. He was supposed to be reviewing something else. And they poked him at the Las Vegas airport, poisoned, and died the next day. That's pretty sad. He knew he had been poisoned too. That's the worst part. He said someone came up and poked me. Was murdered. The spy who died shortly after began working for the CIA. Uh, it was the Mount Hayes information that he wasn't really supposed to. Well, he should have kept it to himself. We'll just put it like this. They had him going to the moon and all kind of places, but Mount Hayes is where he says, and believe it or not, there's always thousands of reported UFOs right in that area, coming in and out of Mount Hayes. They say that it's like they fly right into the mountain. This is that glacier, Hubbard Glacier here. You can see, this is Hubbard Glacier. And I guess part of it must have slid into the water because we did have a 10 centimeter tsunami the other day. Yes, I know, 10 centimeter. But you can see it sliding down the hill into the Pacific here. And again, this is going to be the Yukon Territory, and this is going to be Alaska, right? And believe it or not, let's see, Juneau's right here somewhere. Well, I don't see it. Must be Glacier Bay Park. Believe it or not, Juneau is the capital. And I guess I just missed it. There it is right there. The capital of Alaska is Juneau, the middle of nowhere. Middle of nowhere. Gotta wonder what they're doing down there. Wild stuff, guys. Look at all these big tankers and stuff. Wild. Anybody know what they're doing? Let me know. I don't know. Or I would tell y'all. Y'all know that. Alright, let's get back to the old USSA. There were 2 New Madrid quakes yesterday. This is all fracking. That's a little bitty quake there. Kind of on the rim of Wawa Springs, the biggest shield volcano on Earth. And we'll have a little contest here. Wow, this is that swarm from today with a tsunami warning. Let's see. A 4.0 with a tsunami warning there. And what we can do is we can figure out how many are in that swarm. What was that? Only 9 in that swarm. Let me see if I've fixed this right. I did. So there's only 9 in that swarm. But that's not the game. The game is Geyser's geothermal unit. The biggest geothermal unit in the world. It produces enough power for all of San Francisco, lots of Oakland, lots of Sacramento, lots of the San Jose Valley here. And, well, basically it is 19 holes into Cobb Mountain, which is a volcano in what's called the Clear Lake Volcanic Field. And this is the city of Clear Lake here, and it looks very active today. I'm going to get that swarm off the screen. And 51, Tiffany. Anyone that wants to guess, I don't zoom in so you can count them. We're going to count this one. But these are all volcanoes surrounding Clear Lake, and this is the caldera up here. People work here every day. I'll show you all a picture of it. It is owned by Calpine Energy. It is now the biggest geothermal unit in the world. There was a bigger one in Iceland that actually melted, I guess we would call it, during that big volcano that went off on the peninsula. All right, here we go. I'm going to go a little bit higher. Darlene, y'all are getting the good numbers. I don't want to cut any of y'all off. I'm going to say 45. I'm going to say 45. Anybody want to guess? Go ahead. I know there's a delay, so your guess will count unless it's 90 seconds or no. And 56. Miss Darlene, great guess. Great guess. If we count this one, you got it right on. All right, great guess, great guess. All right, that's Lake Tahoe. They say it's not a volcano. It's laughable. This is, y'all looking at? Does anyone know what this is? Long Valley Caldera. This is all your ski resorts. Every one of them that's in California. Mammoth Mountain, right? And on the backside, you have Clear Valley Caldera here. And hey, deadly gases are everywhere through here. Long Valley Caldera, excuse me. And that's it right there. A volcano full of deadly gases. I believe that's going to be Walker Lake. Yep, Walker Lake. Part of Walker Lane. I was one of the first ones to report on that. All right, moving down. This is a major fault through here, the Garlock Fault, and they say that obviously the Valley of California is supposed to flood for good. It almost flooded for good 2 years ago. This is 22 feet below sea level. This is 18 feet below sea level. This was all filled with water, but it did dry up. All right, moving on down. This is the area where the plate's not connected. And this is called the Salton Sea right here. And this swarm here is misbehaving because, see, the plate ends right here and starts right here. At some point, this plate is going to connect. This is I-10 right here. You've heard of I-10, I know. Goes all the way to Florida, to the Atlantic Ocean. But right here, the plates don't connect. We've seen swarms of 300 or 400 in one day right here, but really no movement in the fault itself, at least over the 5 or 6 years that we've been looking. All right, I think that's about it for the U.S. We just had that fracking fault, earthquake there. Tell me what the temperature is tell me where you are first and what the temperature is where you are. Look at the ocean out here, guys. We got high surf advisories and we've got gale force. Let's see if I can even find those colors. Let's see. High surf and what's high surf? What is the super purple? Winter weather advisory? We'll have to check it out. It's not showing us what's going on. Some cold ass water. I don't know why it's not showing us. Those are gale hazards, is what those are. And I'm looking for it up here, and I don't see gale. It's so weird. The gale warning is here, I guess. And I guess that's the high surf. Well, I don't know. These colors just don't match. You can see down where I'm at, we've got freeze, baby. It's funny. It's colder here, and we'll pull up the temperatures in just a second. Colder here on the Gulf Coast than anywhere. And these are all your, high wind watches, high wind warnings, bad air quality watches here. The greens are going to be high surf warnings. The tans, lake wind advisory, or wind advisory, one of the two. And then blue, I don't remember seeing a blue before. Winter weather advisory? And that is a guess. That blue right there. Winter weather advisory is what it looks like to me. We can see that one for sure, though. Winter storm watch. Golly, what a mess this is. So we have the high wind warning and the high wind watch. We have stagnated air. We have a hydrologic outlook, which means it's going to rain for 5 days. Flash flood watch. Flood watch. Golly, not a great place to be right now, right? It's all of Washington State. This is Montana here. This is into Oregon and Idaho here. So ugly. And this works its way all through BC and all through Canada. So don't think that they're getting away with much. I wonder if we have a hurricane hitting Hawaii right now. Let's see, shall we? Let's see, Central Pacific. I guess it's just the beginning of the Pineapple Express here. And we should go to GOES and take a look at that. We will go to GOES and take a look at that. In the meantime, this is today. Very little rain. And this is mixed precipitation. This is our day off. I told everyone if they were going to do anything in Washington State or Oregon, and it's going to go lower this time. You go into Oregon and into California. They should have got it done yesterday and today, because what's going to happen is heavy rain and flash flooding, and it's just going to get worse all week long. As you can see, snow, mixed precipitation, and rain all the way through Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Idaho, Montana. And of course, down on me, it's going to rain. Looks like unless you're in Canada here, you're going to escape most all of it. Let's pull up some temps. We'll run this through and then we'll pull some temps up. Look at that stagnated air. So we've got very little going on. Let's pull some temperatures up here. There, so see, everything's been changed up. Just be able to go right to it. I must have already passed it. Just regular temperature. That's all I want. Just regular temperature. Golly. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. Also, it is cold up where you guys are, too. Excuse me. That's -3 there. Sorry, I didn't know. Let's run this through. It's going to be ugly. I didn't know it was that cold where you guys are. I'm just worried about me. I'm going down to 27 tonight. For me, that's cold. It looks like even during the day, y'all don't come out of freezing tomorrow. And look at Florida. Wow. Let's take a look at Florida. It's always interesting. Wow. It's cold. I feel lucky with my 27 degrees now. Obviously. I'm sorry for you guys now. Obviously, if you live in Canada, you got really hard balls. Obviously. Although if you work for the government, you only work 3.5 days a week. Let's see. So I'm going back up to 70 by Wednesday. Where a lot of you guys will still be freezing Wednesday, and then back to freezing. And I get to escape all that. It gets really hot down here. Look how hot it is. It was over 80 degrees. What was it? It was over 80 degrees there. Well, I know y'all are going to be freezing. My apologies, guys. What we will do is we'll go to goes and take a look at those events that are on the way. Wow, there's some heavy negative temperatures coming in. So Friday's going to be just a real hassle for some of these. Minnesota, which we hope they freeze their ass off, and then Michigan here as well. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. We run this one so we can see these atmospheric rivers and see what's really going on. Looks like y'all are going to get some sort of northeasterner over here, although it's mostly offshore. Landslide on Seltzer River Road. Remember, Sea Angel Girl, remember that landslide on that famous road in California? It's still closed on A1A, or I don't know if A1A is Florida, or I've been down both of them many times. But where they used to film all of those car commercials, that's still closed. On, is it A1 or 1A or one of the two? Look at the U.S., man. Y'all can look down here and see this is all this week. It's just going to be blasted. Golly, it looks like Thursday might be the worst day. I don't know. Tomorrow, Monday, it's going to be really tough on Washington. And much of Canada, all the northern states are getting hit one after another. This looks like separate fronts, and I want to point out that they're all spinning the wrong way. They're all spinning counterclockwise, where everyone knows the high spins clockwise and a low, like a hurricane, spins counterclockwise. So these are all, this has been happening for about a year now. Just really weird situation. And you can see when it gets into Thursday, it gets mean again. Look at the central plains and up to the east here. Wow, Thursday into Friday, you people are screwed. Look at that. That's northeasterly. That's 100 mile per hour winds there, man. Wait a minute. No way y'all getting 100 mile per hour winds right there. Those are 100 mile per hour winds. Hold on. I can get to it again. Wow, that's a little bit north of the States. These are, that's going really into Saskatchewan and some of the other areas up there. Back that up and see if there's any 100 mile per hour winds in the U.S. here. It's going to be a windy day, especially if you live in New York, Connecticut, Vermont, New Jersey. the Great Lakes area, Pennsylvania. 55 miles per hour. It could be worse, I guess. That's like a tropical storm. And that's that 100 mile per hour close winds there, man. Look at that. That's hurricane force winds just off the coast there. Hurricane force winds. Enjoy. And then this is all headed right into the UK. I'll hold this so this will disappear. See the Ireland and the UK? This is all headed right, like 82 miles an hour. 59, 55, 58. And this looks like a damn hurricane here. It is a hurricane, but there's no hurricane showing up. Watch. Nothing over the next. This is a 7-day outlook, but this is damn well. It's a hurricane. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. You know, we've had hurricanes as late in the season as February and March, and that's the beginning of the season. Just so you'll know. So, looks like that East Coast is going to get really tattered come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And Monday and Thursday over here on the West Coast just look horrific as well. I'm not trying to scare anybody. All right, we're going to put this in motion and see what y'all really have to deal with. All right, so let me give you all the breakdown. The breakdown is anything in blue is water. Anything in yellow is mixed precipitation. Anything in white is heavy snow. Got it? Here we go. And y'all all know where y'all are. Tell me where y'all are and what your weather like now. Looks like Tiff's going to get hit right here on Monday. Or maybe again. I don't even know what this is. It's freezing rain. Look at this. That's your nor'easterly right there. Let's see if this hurricane forms here. So interesting. Freezing rain, it turns into snow. It's all really just going to really pound Washington, Oregon, and really all the way down to California, Nevada, Colorado, snow. It's going to be an ugly, ugly week. Look at this. Look at this. Look, snow all the way. Oh no! All the way down to where I'm at. Big snow. It's all sticking to the north. My apologies if you're watching from Canada. I'm letting y'all see everything. I'm not calling it out as well. I do get mixed up on some of the provinces, which y'all can definitely see everything going on here. So, it's going to be a tough week, man. Tough week. Alright. And this is rain accumulation. I'm really not sure how they have this working now. Obviously, the rain is going to mostly accumulate there in BC, in Washington State, in Oregon, and Northern California. And this is all offshore here. I can't believe that we have this hurricane basically here. And this is what they mean by the Pineapple Express here. This line from Hawaii all the way up to Washington and Oregon. Alright. Let's see. Now I want to cover space weather real quick. See what's going on there. And if there's anything y'all want me to look at, I'll read the chat here, and I'll take a look at any landslides or volcanoes that y'all want me to pull up while we're live. Here's how to buy us a coffee. Remember, 'tis the season to be jolly. We're not getting any coffees anymore. Everybody's strapped. So we've had no M flares all day long. I guess the biggest flare is like a C38. Wow. Talk about another no-go. Every time the sunspots start facing Earth, it's a no-go. Has anyone but me noticed that? And can anyone explain what this flashlight is here? James, what is this flashlight? Watch. Here, there's the flashlight. There it was. No one knows what that was. And there's a flashlight. Alright. This is completely worthless compared to Core 1 goes 18, which we can pull up, but it's really, really quiet right now. About as quiet as you're going to see it. KP index is a 0.67. Enjoy it while you can, right? Maybe you'll get some sleep tonight. The other thing I wanted to show y'all. Let's see. Right. I understand. Silts River on Oregon. Okay. The best place to do that is going to be Twitter. And we'll take a look at it for you. I'm going to steal your spelling. Maybe we'll look at a couple crazies. There's a couple of them out there. River landslide. Whoa! 150.49 foot crest. December 12th. That's the Nakasuki River. This is the stilts, and this is what you're talking about, right, honey? This right here. Or it doesn't look like anybody would have. Oh, there's a house right there. I wonder if there was a house right here. Because there's a house right there. I bet these people are not sitting easy. Look, some of these trees are down up here, too. Gee. Wonder if they evacuated. I don't see any homes. Look, those look like cars there, don't they? Hard to tell. Whoa, look at that road. That's unbelievable. That's just like total no-go. That'll never be gone through again. Whew, here's some drone footage. It's the wrong river, but still some drone footage. Wrong river, but let's see if I get a little bit better. Wonderful stuff floating down the river there. By that I mean somebody's house. I guess that's going to be some of the best pictures. Highway 229 indefinitely. It'll never be opened again. I wonder how these, I guess they get them out by the river. Imagine you lost your whole house and that house right there. It's lost. Unless you go there by river. Alright. Take a look at a couple crazies with me. Looks like we got them. If you want them, we got them. He looks sharp. Will you have fries with that, sir?
If you voted for Republicans, you should have your voting rights suspended at least one election. You don't get the chance to do it again. You can earn it back, though. You got to take some classes or something, but no. They don't give you the wheel twice. Don't let them just silently take their flags down and stop talking about politics.
Anybody that gets a haircut like that should not be allowed to vote. That means you have no judgment whatsoever. You don't know that you look like a complete clown. I don't even think you could take classes and get there.
Get the voter rolls. See who they voted for. Turn off their rights. Whoa, PR, that's real authoritarian. Glad you noticed. If you voted...
Alright, see, look, I won't even pull them up. I'm just going to go one after another. These people are nuts. And this is what comes on everything.
I have to work 40 hours a week just so I can have a place to live. 40 hours a week makes me $2,000 a month. And my rent is $1,660. So I work 40 hours a week.
You need a roommate. There's 164 hours in a week. Am I right, guys? $168 hours in a week. Minus 40 gives you 128 hours left. When I grew up, when I was in the oil and gas industry, if anyone says that they were working 4-hour weeks, we'd laugh at them. We worked 80, 90, 100-hour weeks, no problem, never complained. Of course, we were making big money, but...
So I can have a 2-bedroom apartment and an extra $300.
Wait, why do you need a 2-bedroom apartment? If I were you, I would get a little efficiency, right? Because you're not there 40 hours of the week. But you are there 128 hours of the week.
$100 a month. Like, it doesn't cover my phone, internet, food, you know? So not only do I not have any extra money, but... efficiency. Why do you want a 2-bedroom apartment? I don't get it. You're gone a whole 40 hours a week. You only have 128 hours to enjoy it. What do you go sleep in one room one night and the next room the next night? Just working makes me so exhausted. I don't have time either. I get off work at 5:30. Come home, I'm just so tired. I'm so tired that, like,
we're gonna have to play this over.
Anything that I need to do outside of work, I then just push off to, like, the weekend. And I'm like, I'm just too tired to do this after work. I'll wait until Saturday. So then I end up with so much to do on the weekend that ends.
Well, you're gonna need blood work. You're gonna need blood work. Something is wrong.
Why is it that...
You betsy, girl.
I have to work 40 hours a week just so I can have a place to live. 40 hours a week.
Does anyone feel like this?
$2,000 a month. And my rent is $1,660. So I work 40 hours a week so I can have a 2-bedroom apartment and an extra $300 a month. Like, it doesn't cover my phone, internet, food, you know? So not only do I not have any extra money, but just working makes me so exhausted.
that I don't have time either. Like, I get off work at 5:30, come home, and I'm just so tired. I'm so tired that, like,
She does need
anything
blood
that I
work.
need to do outside of work, I then just push off to, like, the weekend. And I'm like, I'm just too tired to do this after work. I'll wait until Saturday.
I would kill to find out what her job is. I mean, is she lifting boxes for 8.5 hours? Or is she sitting in a chair? What is going on? What does she do for a living? Any ideas, guys? It must be hectic.
So then I end up with so much to do on the weekend that ends up having to be split into 2 days. So I have to do stuff on both Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, no.
So then
Wait. She has to... Let's repeat that part. That confused me.
after work, I'll wait until Saturday. So then I end up with so much to do on the weekend that ends up having to be split into 2 days. So I have to do stuff on both Saturday and Sunday. So then I don't get a day off. I don't get a day to relax. I don't get to decompress. So it is really like working 7 days a week, constantly.
40 hours?
And I don't want to do that anymore, right? Like, I don't care how poor and miserable I would have to be, but I literally can't have a place to live without this.
Wait, again, you're in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. Why don't you start looking at really nice efficiencies, which is, you don't need a lot of space. You have 128 hours of not working. I'm just not understanding this. Again, guys, I'd work 100 plus hours. Sometimes I go to sleep at 2, wake up at 5, and that'd be it, man. I was on the phone until I went to sleep, and people calling at 5 in the morning with problems. Y'all ever seen the show Landman? Well, I started when there was only 900 landmen. And when I stopped, there was 84,000 of them. Whew.
You know, like, I don't know what to do. I'm not made for this. I don't have the money, time, or energy to enjoy my life outside of work, and I don't know what to do about it anymore.
Well, there's so many options here. I don't want to be rude and get kicked off of YouTube, so I won't give you a few of them. But one of them is to get a roommate for that extra room that pitches in $1,000 plus half the bills. I mean, what are your bills paid? Because I don't understand how you get $300 back. My bills are more than that. Second, you could look into a smaller place. Third, you could be looking for a job that maybe you enjoy more. Fourth, you could get on some kind of psychiatric pills so that you're more, balanced. Now, I can give you a couple other ones, but I'd probably get in trouble with YouTube, right? Let's just go to the next one. We won't do commercials. Just...
The birthday girl and my wife.
Separate checks. I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate checks? It's all women here.
I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday
But
girl.
you invited everybody. You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine invited you. Okay, I'm responsible for who I brought.
Okay, you're the only man at the table. I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying with credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks
That
now?
was 2021.
Y'all
okay?
wait.
Things were different.
Y'all, hold on. This is my birthday, for real.
You're the only man at the table. You're not
No,
gonna pay the check?
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday. You kidding me right
You're
now?
honestly being cheap right now.
Okay,
No,
first
if that was the case, I would.
$700 is a huge amount. A huge amount. Would y'all pay that? Happy. You know, before we talk about how nuts this is, let's look at the poll here. Yes, you're happy for two reasons. First, you have a job, right? She should first off just be happy she has a job. And gosh, if I had a 40-hour week or job, I'd be looking for overtime or a second job, right? Right? Now, the fact that she makes $2,000 a month, she doesn't need a $2,000 a month apartment then, right? That just doesn't work out. She needs one that costs about $400 or $500. I could go on and on, but again, if I didn't work at least twice that many hours plus, I wouldn't have had a job back when your mom and dad like me grew up, and my parents, right? My dad worked for an architectural firm. They'd work them 90 to 100 hours a week too. All right, what do y'all think about another poll? Should this man pay $700? You know, they ordered thinking he was going to pay for it all. So they probably ordered fancy meals and drinks. Most of them have to-go bags in front of them. They got like 3 meals out of it. Should this man pay for all these ladies? Seven ladies. He's paying for his wife's 6 friends is really the question, because he already said he's paying for his daughter, his wife. He already said that, right? So we'll give him credit here where credit is due. All right. Y'all tell me. I'll let y'all listen to the ladies' argument.
I got the birthday girl.
You invited everybody. You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine invited you. Okay, I'm responsible for who I brought.
Okay, you're the only man at the table. I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying with credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks
That
now?
was 2021.
Y'all
okay?
wait.
Things were different.
Y'all, hold on. This is my birthday, for real. You're the only man at the table. You not gonna pay the check?
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday. Are you kidding me right
You
now?
honestly being cheap right now.
She acts like that's some kind of deal. It's like they only spent $100 each.
Okay,
No,
first
if that was the case, I'd have just took you out
are
for
you
most of your
being
birthday.
Dre? Are you gonna let him
Dre.
sit here with a whole table full of women?
I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband,
I married.
I do have a husband though. Hold on, wait a minute.
Thank y'all.
So Donnie,
She's leaving. She's not
it's
paying.
your birthday, but
Y'all
let's y'all, we gotta chip in.
Not us splitting checks.
You need to leave.
I'm not paying for anything.
No, they all left him. His wife came up and said, "Hell no! Look, he does have some fancy ass jewelry on. I won't lie. If you don't have the money, don't go. Right? All right. Okay, let's listen."
Quick question. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I am so sick and tired of just everything right now. Everyone is so quick to say, stop doing this, stop thinking like this, stop telling me I'm wrong. I have literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything that everyone's telling me, my therapist, my family, my friends, that I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I'm training wrong. I'm doing relationships wrong. Everything I do is fucking wrong. And I'm so sick of it. Stop comparing. It's not even about comparison. Like, I genuinely just want love in my life so badly. It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want. And being fucking over the fact that I don't have it. I feel like I have done so much work on myself. I have built a beautiful life for myself. I'm happy with my life where I'm at, my job. I'm successful. I'm independent. I'm healthier than I've ever been.
I would have never guessed any
I
of
take
those
such
things.
good care of myself. Truly, the only thing I'm missing in my life is someone to enjoy it with. And I'm so sick of waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? What more do I have to do to fix myself before I'm just allowed to be happy? Before I'm allowed to meet this universe soulmate person that God supposedly has for me? How much harder do I have to pray and manifest and wait? I feel like I'm being punished for something I didn't do. And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I don't expect a lot. I just want love in my life so bad. I want my life partner. Am I just supposed to be alone? Like, is that the message? That this beautiful life I've built for myself, like, it's just supposed to be me in it alone? Like, I know I have my dog and I love him so much, but, like, I need love. All of my friends have their fiancés and their boyfriends and their husbands that they prioritize. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I've been left behind. And I really just want to find that person that matches my energy and wants to build a life with me. Is that so hard?
Let me just tell you, most men would, run as fast as they can away from her. She screams drama. She's sitting there screaming drama, drama, drama. You get close to her and there's only one way out. You're going to have to kill yourself, right? She's going to kill you, one of the two. Let me just say, she scares me, man. She's got it all together, though. Just ask her. Just ask her.
Occurrence, not just in the United States, but now seeing it in Australia, who's worked really hard to create gun prevention laws to prevent the kind of tragedy that took place today.
That should teach us all one thing. If there would have been people around there that had guns, they wouldn't have had to tackle people with guns with their bare hands. That was a Muslim gentleman who tackled the other Muslims, so that was commemorable. His son shot the other guy twice. The guy that tackled and took the gun from him, he was shot twice. Luckily, once in the shoulder, once in the hand. But let me say, if everyone around there, and they also mentioned that there were 4 policemen there with guns, but they were afraid to use them and pull them because obviously they thought there might be repercussions. I don't know. Maybe they don't know how to use them. I don't know. But let me say this. Everyone kept staring at the policemen that wouldn't use their guns. Let me tell you, if I would have been around and I would have had mine with me, which I always do, that many people would not be gone. Or at least I would have put my life on the line to do my very best to make sure. That's why you don't take guns away from law-abiding citizens, because you'll never take them away from criminals. Thus, the definition of criminal, Alon Omar, your IQ must be about 2. See, a criminal, by definition, doesn't follow your laws. So they're always going to get their hands on a gun. If you take guns away from all of the honest people that will follow your stupid laws, then you're going to end up with situations like this over and over. What? One of them was at a graduation, no guns allowed in the school. I don't even bring my gun in the school. Scares the piss out of me. You know what? Sometimes I've caught myself bringing it into church because it's such a soft target in there. And the few churches that have been, the shootings have been stopped here in Texas, it's because someone did exactly what I did or do. Brought my gun anyway into church with me, knowing that I had no plans on pulling the gun. But imagine 3,000 people with 2 or 3 doors in a big old church, and people with automatic weapons, and no one's got a gun. So you can't have guns in churches, you can't have guns in schools. These are making them soft targets. You at least need armed security guards, at the very least. Whew, whew, whew. I think we saw this yesterday. We saw that yesterday. We're not going to look at that. Well, the guy's got the whole event. I can't show that here, unfortunately. No one knows what he said. He was there, though. He thinks. Water treatment solutions. Alright, tell me what y'all think about this. I saw something similar to this the other day, and this is how all black people think.
How is it offensive when cultures were meant to be shared?
No, not that one. That's a hairstyle that black people created. That's something that we should be only wearing.
So then shouldn't you not be wearing wigs?
I can wear whatever the I want to wear.
So then I can wear what I want to wear.
No, you can't.
Can a hairstyle be offensive depending on who's wearing it?
Cause I'm hood. This is the stupidest waste of time ever. Alright, let's alright. All he's gonna say is exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said.
I'm at 43 years old, steps in, we've all seen the video, takes away the weapon, gets shot twice, is celebrated as a hero, which he ought to be. But you know what the irony is? The irony is even one good, peaceful Muslim man couldn't save the life of 15 innocent human beings celebrating Hanukkah, which is what their religion is about, from 2 Muslim jihadist extremists from killing them. So I don't care if 90% is peaceful. The 10% true believer.
Yeah, we're not going to go there. Let's see, she looks crazy. Oh, listen. I think we saw her. Sounds fun. Look, she invited him. Let's see, this is going to be good. Watch.
What are you doing?
You got it, right?
No, you asked me here.
But you're the man.
I paid for the first one.
So?
You're paying for it. You're tripping, bro.
Are you serious?
Pissing me the fuck off.
Are you seriously not paying?
What? Bro, you asked me where I already hit too.
And you're
tripping.
the man.
What are you doing?
You got it, right?
No, you asked me here.
But you're the man.
I paid for the first one.
So?
You're paying for it. You're tripping, bro.
Are you serious?
Pissing me the fuck off.
Are you seriously not paying?
What? Bro, you asked me where I already hit too.
And you're
tripping.
the man.
What are you doing?
Oh, Lord. This is more stuff I can't watch. Alright. Look, this is what they're saying now. I want y'all to see. This is what they're saying now. All of a sudden, this thing was millions and millions of miles away from Earth, but they're now saying that a detached chunk is probably going to hit Earth.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow explorers of the cosmos, today we gather to confront a discovery that reminds us of both the vastness of our universe and the delicate vulnerability of our home planet. Recent modeling has revealed that the detached fragment from the interstellar object known as 3I Atlas is now on a trajectory intersecting with Earth's orbital path. While this finding may sound alarming at first, it also serves as a powerful testament to how far humanity has come in its ability to detect, track, and understand celestial visitors arriving from beyond our solar system.
Hey, this is a false
Atlas
flag.
Was already extraordinary.
False
a
flag.
traveler formed around another star, crossing the icy void for millions of years before passing near our sun.
He's compromised.
But the revelation that a piece of this ancient wanderer has separated and is drifting independently toward Earth
How's
is
that
something
possible?
that demands our attention.
How is that possible? Once something's put in motion, even if something were to break off, it would still continue in that direction. And I have an orbital path of Atlas, and it's millions and millions and millions of miles from Earth. There's no possible way. Now, we will go through part of its debris field, but it would have to take a hard right turn. This is bullshit. I wonder if this is AI. Let's see if this is AI. No. God. NASA supports this? No. It's a fucking lie. Sorry, guys. It's another lie. Well, that's not my channel. Look. Right.
I'll see where the White House posted that they pulled 9,500 truck drivers off the road because they didn't pass the English proficiency standard.
10,500. You got it wrong.
Did y'all see where the White House posted that they pulled 9,500 truck drivers off the road because they didn't pass the English proficiency standard? Like, imagine for a second that you believe that all it takes to drive a tractor trailer is to know how to speak English, or to think that someone who can't speak English doesn't know how to drive a tractor trailer.
They can't
This is beyond
read the
embarrassing
sign.
at this point. Did y'all see where the White House posted?
She is beyond embarrassing. Yes, that's just the basics. They have to be able to read the signs and speak English. Yes, there's other skills involved. The way the mind must think there. I'm so confused sometimes. Alright, let's see what this crazy nut has to say. I love it when we get nut man, right? Rob Reiner.
We have some very serious news right now. 2 people have been found dead at the home of Rob Rainier. One 78-year-old, one 68-year-old have been found dead, according to NBC News, at his home. Those are the same ages as Rob and his wife. Homicide detectives from the LAPD are currently on the scene. We don't have any more information other than this right now. This is a very serious situation. Don't know whether or not exactly the 2 people found dead are Rob and his wife, but they do match the ages of the 2 of them. All we know is that homicide detectives and homicide investigators from the Los Angeles Police Department have arrived at his Brentwood home this evening, and I'm sure we're going to get more information into the night and into the early morning hours. Like I said, very serious situation. I will continue to provide you updates as we get more information. Very sad situation, as 2 people have been found dead.
Who is Robert Reiner? Is anybody? Robert Reiner? Stab? Oh, wow. I thought it would be a murder-suicide. Oh, I know who that is. You mean on the show, right? Wow, he lived in Brentwood still. Surprised he was still that wealthy.
Hear me out for a second. If you're a white person on the right side of history, I need you to hear me out for a second. Collectively, we need to start treating red hats, MAGA, like racist people treat black people. You may already know how to do this, but if you don't, here's some pointers. If you're a woman and you're walking down the street and someone wearing a MAGA hat is walking toward you,
cross the street.
I need you to clutch your purse and I need you to cross the street. If you get sat in a restaurant next to a MAGA person or near a MAGA person, I need you to request a new table. Bonus points if you tell the hostess or host why you want to be seated elsewhere. Triple bonus points if you make it known that you will wait for another table. If you work in retail and you see a red hat in the store, follow them around. If you're a receipt checker at like Walmart or Costco, take extra time to review their receipts, count their items, make it inconvenient. If you roll up to a red light and you look out your window and you are next to a MAGA person, make eye contact and then roll up your window. If you see a MAGA woman with multiple children out somewhere, strike up a conversation and then ask if all the kids have the same dad. If you see a person in a red hat walking around your neighborhood, figure out a way to report a suspicious person, whether that's calling the cops or just making a comment on your Ring app or updating your local neighborhood Facebook group. If you're on any form of public transportation and you
She's really good at being racist. I would have never figured out all this.
You see one of these people sitting and there's an open seat next to them, choose to stand. And if they offer you the seat, say, "No, I'm good. Please note that I did not say thank you." If you're forced to engage with them, ask them where they're from. And when they tell you that they're from Ohio or West Virginia or something like that, say no, but like where are you really from? And that's just a start. If you have some more, leave it in the comments.
Let's see what the comments say. Only 53 comments. I'll wear my hat even more. We'll have the whole restaurant to ourselves. Sense enough to be violent over a hat, right? Not one person agreed with her. It's good. Not one person. Not one. And you know. How's the Kool-Aid? Well, she did good. Out of 53 comments, another fruitcake, dead, brainwashed idiot. She did really good. Out of 58 comments, she got none on her side. That's crazy. Crazy, man.
Right. Mar-a-Lago. He got rid of him. He got rid of him out of his life when he realized the guy was a total scumbag and what he was doing. But you know who didn't get rid of Epstein? The Democrats. After he was a convicted sex offender, you've got him texting with Democrat members of Congress, telling them what to say.
Yeah.
So you have Trump responsibly excommunicating Epstein and Democrats cozying up to him. Again, I have a feeling we're going to learn about how deeply tied into the left Epstein really was.
Yeah.
He excommunicated him from...
We talked to her. We haven't talked to her yet. She has a nose ring.
I just came to the realization why I'm single.
Let me help.
Every guy that I'm like, oh yeah, he's attractive. Okay, this is not supposed to be offensive, but
they're out of your league.
Their wives, and they just look like so, like, you know, like, not like this, just like, you know, I pretend my tattoos are gone. Dude,
pretend I'm not a walking help.
I look crazy. Like, that's why guys don't want to wife me up. And I just come to this realization today.
A walking identity crisis. That's what you look like to me.
See? Or maybe it's because all of them see me eat sushi after I get out of the grocery store in my car with my bare fingers and drink sweet tea. Oh no.
No, it's you.
Guys, I thought these men wanted, like, you know, big, strong, tough girls. I don't know.
Look at her quads.
I feel like all of them are like super girly, and all these guys are like, yeah, that's my girl. She's like
Who does she play football for us? What do you want to know?
housewife stuff, and I'm over here like, I own my own business. I'm covered in tattoos. I'm a little spazzy, but that's okay. We embrace it. But yeah, I don't think any guy's gonna wife me up because I can't take me seriously. And I just realized that.
They would be scared to sleep next to you, okay? I'll help you real quick. Uh-oh, he looks smart. You'll see. He's playing his video game. Have y'all ever seen this? I don't know what the hell that is. It's like, I don't know, something outside of his window or something. Alright. Alright, listen to her. She's gonna let you have it.
Put your little fingers in on that website and gotten your free food. So obsessed with Snap and people abusing the system and getting benefits they don't deserve. Why haven't you little idiots gone and typed your little fingers in on that website and gotten your free food? If it's so easy, all these people are abusing the system, all these people are getting all this free money, then why aren't you doing it?
Integrity.
We're too good for that. Okay.
No,
try it as an experiment.
It's called
Let's go see. You guys go take your little red hat, happy little asses on down to the Snap website.
We wouldn't qualify.
Go type in your information.
We wouldn't qualify. We make too much money. And there's that integrity problem as well. That's going to be a real problem.
See if you qualify. Go ahead. Go do it. Go see if you can fake it. Go see if you can wiggle your way in there and see how much money you get.
No, we're not. Just by definition, conservative people won't defraud you. They're conservative, right? The left will defraud you. Left versus right is incorrect, right? Help.
Dear Elon Musk, if you purchase this app, we will burn it to the motherfucking ground. We will all delete our accounts immediately.
No, we won't.
Immediately.
Wrong.
We do not want you owning this shit. This is ours. This is our app.
You
so if I can
promise?
stay out of it.
You promise? Do you promise? Will she promise? She's on his app right now. This is X. Look. This guy, he'll tell you.
Ha, you work all fucking day, you don't got shit. Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day. Free. I can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah. Go to work for me, you fucking white animals. Fucking work for me. Yeah, you fucking work for me. And the US government they work for me. All of you work for me. Now go to work. Pay them taxes. Take care of me and my people. Alright? This is my land. I control this place. This is my reality. You all gonna be enchained. I'm gonna lock all you guys up if you don't pay your taxes. You better fucking pay your taxes. Ha, you work all fucking day, you don't got shit. Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day. Free. I can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah.
Uh-oh, no way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is it, where they were taking those Christians and killing them. It started 13 hours ago. Crazy. Look how fast the guns are going. That used to be one of their military bases. Wow. Alright. Why are they all... They're so... well... Let's listen to what she has to say. I'll just shut up.
What do you mean you don't have a boyfriend? You're so pretty. What do you mean you have 0 men in your phone? What do you mean you've gone 8 months without... What do you mean? That makes no sense. Yeah, well, combine pretty with intelligent, strong, successful, slaying at life, you've got a very terrifying woman on your hands. Very not easy woman on your hands, right? Men don't like that. Men do not like me. Men are very, very terrified of me. And the men who do like me, the ones that are attracted to me, are unavailable. Men who are in relationships actively. And...
that doesn't mean they're attracted to you, sweetie. It's something totally different. And you're probably trying to bet outside your league. I don't want to tell you this, but you're about a 4 or 5. So you should be looking for men that are about a 4 or 5. If you want to sleep with Chad, pretty scary.
Yes, babe, I'm alone. I'm very, 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 very single.
Pretty scary. They all think that they're too good and that's why they're alone. Should I show y'all a girl that's too good? She's got so many people begging her for a date. It's just totally different. First off, you have to know how to treat people And that was not it, right? We'll go on. I don't want to get mad. I don't believe this guy, so this guy makes a lot of stuff up. We'll listen to him.
Sounds like Donald Trump is fatigued. Well, good morning, everybody. I hate to be the bearer of good news, but this news article released this morning by Fox, Donald Trump is considering federalizing all major Democratic cities, saying everybody's fucking fatigued. That means Los Angeles, Chicago, Detroit, Columbus, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, New York City, Los Angeles, Seattle, or Chad, or Chaz, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, all run the risk of being federalized and having the National Guard.
Who told you this?
Yeah, so what do you Democrats think about that? You gonna jump on the Second Amendment bandwagon and cry about it? Lockdowns coming to a city near you. Let us know how it feels in a couple months. We'll be listening. All right. Make America federalized again.
This guy's just so full of bull. Alright, other Akbar.
Would never unalive myself. And I got a lot of angry people sending me messages right now. But gee, what do you know? I found the article. Well, there's many articles out there now saying that the shooter in Australia was former IDF, allegedly. Allegedly. Furthermore, they leaked the motherfucker's home address. Do you want to see something really interesting, though? Do you want to see something really fucking interesting? Gee, look what country was searching this exact specific address. It had never shown up really on search trending before, except a few days ago.
A few days ago?
Yep. They were searching that specific address, as well as searching that specific name.
Wow.
There's so much I want to say. I'm just going to leave it up to y'all, though. What do you guys think of this?
Wow.
Interesting, eh? Interesting.
That's crazy. Another FF, this time again by the same old. Now look, his best information is they were already searching his exact home address that they leaked before the shooting, and it was all coming out of Israel. So that means that they had prior knowledge that these guys were doing this, or, well, we got to take this for what it is. The guy's only 24. I don't know if it's real or fake, guys. So let's ask Grok. Looks like this is bull, but it's impossible. Misinformation spread. This guy's a slime ball. No, speak with DD. Quit posting shit before you run it through. You are the CEO of chaos. This everything you showed us was wrong. Look. You can even see what term and everything. It's so terrible. It's so terrible. Brown guy bunny rig. It's not even the right search. This guy is slimy, man. This guy is slimy. At least we know it's fake. So many of these things are fake.
Why did you not get your son anything for Christmas?
Because I paid child support.
I don't care about no child.
No,
That's child support. You had all year to save up
Take
for.
the child support.
No, I don't care about child support. You at the mall? Go get him a gift. I'm gonna sit right here. Sit right here, and you gonna go inside and get him a gift.
In front of my car?
Yes, I'm gonna sit right here.
You sound crazy.
Dude, I'm so tired of you.
You sound crazy.
Bro, just go inside and get your son a gift for Christmas. Why I gotta beg you to get him a gift?
He pays her $2,200 a month. That's not even allowed in my state. I think $2,180 is the maximum. And he's probably paying the maximum unless it's California. And she wants that money and
for Christmas, bro.
Take the $2,200.
$2,200. What is $2,200?
Okay, it's money.
That's broke boy money.
No, it's not.
You can't pay $2,200.
I pay you every month.
Bro, daycare is $2,000 alone.
Oh my God!
So what I'm gonna do with $200?
I'm telling you, I can't afford to buy no gifts.
Well, you need to go to work. You need to go make some money.
I'm going inside. When I come back, don't be here.
We both coming inside.
Don't be in here when I come back.
Why did you not get your son anything for Christmas?
Because I paid child.
God. When you pay $30,000 a year for child support that you can't write off, you don't have a lot of extra money. You know, speaking of, coffees are more than appreciated here at this channel. Yeah, we did earlier. Sorry. A good way, huh? Let's see. No, we go to your channel. Let's go to your channel. See how fake you are. Look. Derek's mad. Derek's liberal. He's a liberal. He's mad. Bye, Derek. Bye, Derek. Oh. California. What in the heck? I don't even want to know what's happening here. Must be a new workout deal. I don't know how those go.
Because so many men have no idea about what women go through, right? We haven't been researched, we haven't been considered, and it affects the way a lot of male lawmakers, a lot of male politicians, a lot of male religious leaders think about the issue of choice as if it's just about the fetus, the baby, but women's reproductive health is about our life. It's about this whole complicated reproductive system that does the least of what it does is produce life. It's a very important thing that it does, but you only produce life if the machine that's producing it, if you want to, whittle us down to a machine, if the machine is functioning in a healthy, streamlined kind of way. Mm-hmm. But there is no discussion or apparent connection.
Are you saying that you really didn't have those two girls? Is that what you're saying?
7.2 million men who are not participating in the workforce and not looking for work. We got $1.7 trillion in student loans on the books. We got 7.6 million open positions that don't require a 4-year degree. And yet, we keep lending money we don't have to kids who are never going to be able to pay it back to train them for jobs that don't exist anymore. If we want to close the skills gap, we got to make a more persuasive case for millions of good jobs that nobody knows about and nobody understands. These are six-figure jobs or opportunities that lead straight to a six-figure career. They're everywhere. And if we don't reinvigorate the trades, I'm afraid the president's best efforts to bring manufacturing back to these shores is going to run into a real roadblock. We need an enthused workforce, skilled for the jobs that are out there.
Yeah, well said. As I was telling you, I'm a railroad mechanic. I've been doing that for 25 years. I've been doing side work as an auto mechanic my entire life. I have 4 kids. We own a house. We've been able to live comfortably because of that one skill set of being able to do something mechanically. And
you're not the problem. You should be on a billboard. People should look at your life as an example of what can happen when you master a skill that's in demand and work your ass off. That's still for sale. It's still important. And we have to get in front of that message, and we have to reinvigorate the trades in a way that makes this generation of kids look at careers like the ones you had and go,
I've been trying to get my daughter to look into cutting hair. Actually, perhaps for a living, hairstylist and other things like that will always be in demand. But of course, she wants to go to college and be, I'm sure, a fashion designer or something like that. Uh-oh. There's ice.
I don't know what they on with me, bro. I got cameras. Y'all tweaking. You got the right to what? Y'all got the right to what? I got cameras.
So can y'all believe that this was, and look, this is the little influencer. This was a picture that was in the newspaper. Poor Harry, wrong again. Look, none of these girls were nothing. I can't believe anyone watches Harry. That's what I can't believe. I told y'all the truth. Last night, as soon as it was released, I told y'all the Democrats put this picture in because they had nothing on Trump. And they blacked the faces out of these Miss America contestants for the effect. I told y'all as soon as it was done. And everyone swore that they were all the abused kids. I like her. I'm gonna pass.
Okay, instant thoughts. Erica Kirk just said that her and Candace Owens are meeting tomorrow in place of the live stream in a face-to-face private discussion. What does this mean? It means that Candace Owens is absolutely beat. Listen to what I tell you. There is no way, if Candace actually had all this info that could win and discover everything, that she would ever agree to this. Losers do not agree to private last-minute meetings. Only losers do. Candace Owens is beat. Mark this down. Remember this video. It's over. Okay, instant thoughts.
Really?
Erica Kirk just said that her...
Are they installing tile floors too? Well, I don't know if he's innocent or not. But they couldn't come up with one pic of Trump. They had to fake one. They had to fake a picture of Trump, which tells me they don't have one. Don't you think they would have included it? I do. I really do. I don't know. The fact that they faked one is nothing but bad. The fact that they got busted in the first hour after they tried to put that picture in with the real ones, that says a lot to me. It says a lot to me. That's some pretty desperate situations. That's Jake Lang. I'm trying to get him to come on the show here, don't worry. Oh, this is real. Listen to this. It happened here in Houston, Texas. It happened here in my city. An 8th grader. The people that work at the school are so stupid. The kid used a $2 bill to buy his lunch. The cafeteria staff called the police because they didn't think there was such thing as a $2 bill, right? I mean, this is scary as shit. The police then came. They didn't know there was a $2 bill either. They arrested this kid because they thought it was a counterfeit bill because they didn't know that there was such thing. He was charged with a felony for using a real $2 bill. This was in Houston. Talk about the ignorance. The ignorance. Hopefully you guys know that there's a $2 bill, right? You can go buy a stack of 50 of them. This is scary, scary stuff. This is the whole arrest. I hope he's a millionaire now, okay? I hope he's a millionaire now.
Bill. Denisha Neal, a 14-year-old 8th grade student at Krista McAuliffe Middle School in Houston, Texas, was accused of using counterfeit money after she attempted to pay for lunch with a $2 bill. I went to the lunch line and they said my $2 bill was fake, she said in an interview.
Because they're not from this country.
Gave it to the police. They then sent me to the police office. A police officer said I could be in big trouble. Apparently they were unfamiliar with this rare yet completely legitimate form of currency.
Rare? It's not rare. I went and picked up, you can go to any bank out there and pick up a whole bundle of them, as many as you want. It's far from rare. Neither are Susan B. Anthony's, neither are any of the coins. Now they're all let me say, these police should be put under the jail for wrestling this girl to the ground for paying with a $2 bill.
School officials called Denisha's grandmother, Sharon K. Joseph, right away to ask her if she gave her granddaughter the bill, telling her that the currency was counterfeit. Forging money is a felony after all. However, after an investigation, police from the Fort Bend School District determined that it was, in fact, genuine. $2 bills were first introduced in 1862.
Oh, God. That happened while I was in Houston. I don't really live in Houston. I live about 60 miles north of there. But that's about when it went to hell. Let's listen.
Oh my God, the Dems did it again. First they did the Virginia Giuffre redaction hoax, then the Thanksgiving lie, and now this. Let's talk about it. I'm sure all of you have seen this photo by now, but do you know the backstory behind it?
I do. The wine chocolate
The original
bottles.
photo has been around for years. It's not new. What's happened here is that the Democrats put censors over all of the girls' faces, making it look like they were all victims and underage. The truth is that all of these girls were models that represented the suntan lotion brand Hawaiian Tropic that were attending a promotional event at Mar-a-Lago. All of them were over 21 years old. One of the women, who was 22...
Now, I don't think all of them were over 21 years old because I used to date one of the models and she was 19. So that's wrong. But they were all over 18. We know that. The age of consent.
My God, the Dems did Hawaiian Tropic that were attending a promotional event at Mar-a-Lago. All of them were over 21 years old. One of the women, who was 22 at the time the photo was taken, told the Telegraph today that Donald Trump was, quote, a gentleman and went out of his way to ensure the entire group enjoyed their time at Mar-a-Lago.
You know, my grandmother always taught me a $2 bill was good luck to have in your wallet. I'm serious now. I don't have one in my wallet right now, but at the time, $2 was a lot, so you could buy some gas if you needed it. I guess you can't really buy any gas nowadays with a $2 bill. Oh God, this one. This one's in. You want to hear her? She nuts.
There's a lot of disrespect and offense when white people touch black people.
Can't really hear it, can you?
What is it about white people that they are not understanding that we don't want them touching us, especially as women, as black women? It is so disrespectful.
I can't really hear. She basically says that she doesn't want anybody white to touch her ever.
But black folks, let me ask y'all something. I'm going to ask y'all something real. How come every group America has harmed has got a damn check, an apology, and a pathway to generational wealth except us?
Who?
Jewish Holocaust survivors got billions from the U.S. and Germany. Japanese Americans got $20,000 per person for being thrown in camps for 3 goddamn years. Native Americans, oh, they got land settlements, treaties, federal trust funds, broken and disrespected.
Will you cut us a check for the Barbary slave trade that was 4 times the size of the transatlantic slave trade, even though your own people were the ones that sold you, right? They also the ones that took all millions and millions of Western European people hostage for 400 years. And when they had pillaged Spain, Portugal, England, Ireland, Iceland, France, all the Mediterranean ships, then they went after their own people and started shipping them overseas. What's her name? I'm gonna hopefully this is her. Oh, look, she uses 007 like me. That's scared. Uh-oh. What I was gonna do is try to tell her that I want my reparations too. I want mine too. Do y'all know that only 240,000 total slaves came to America? We're talking about millions and millions of people. This was from the 1400s all the way through the 1800s. Just so she'll get it right. Sorry guys, I have to. If not me, then who? Not me, then who?
Huge stack of internal documents that are so explosive. It's so damning that Washington is already scrambling to control the fallout. And let me tell you right now, guys, what you're about to see, this is not a headline. This is a turning point, because these files confirm everything that whistleblowers, Border Patrol agents, and federal investigators have been warning about for years. A coordinated migrant crime wave ripping through America's biggest sanctuary cities, cartel-linked networks. They're using our own laws as weapons. Venezuelan mega gangs like Trend.
Yes, Obama and the World Economic Forum and the UN put this together. And Trump's trying to stop it, I think. I hope.
Holy crap, guys. The federal government just unsealed a big, huge stack of internal documents that are so explosive. It's so damning that Washington is already scrambling to control the fallout. And let me tell you right now, guys, what you're about to see, this is not a headline. This is a turning point, because these files confirm everything that whistleblowers, Border Patrol agents, and federal investigators have been warning about for years. A coordinated migrant crime wave ripping through America's biggest sanctuary cities, cartel-linked networks. They're using our own laws as weapons. Venezuelan mega gangs like Tren de Aragua are establishing operational hubs right on U.S. soil, guys. And buried right inside of these pages of these newly unsealed reports, a chilling federal warning written in plain English. This is just the beginning. So believe it or not, it gets worse. So for the first time ever, we now have internal DHS memos signed, time-stamped, and authenticated, showing exactly how the previous administration's release without vetting. These orders open the door for criminal networks to flood across the border, vanish into sanctuary cities, and build the largest migrant crime.
See, Tiffany, you don't know what he's talking about, but he's talking about all the plastic that's floating in the Pacific, where the tides from Asia meet the tides from North America and South America. There's a huge island of plastic, i.e. plastic water bottles, plastic containers, plastic wrappers, the size of Texas out there in the middle of the ocean, and it's freaking gross. It is beyond gross. It's so large, it's the size of Texas. It takes hours and hours to fly over it. Hours to fly over it. And he's wondering if there's any way we could get that cleaned up. And I don't think there is. Maybe you could create some ships that go all day long, every day, and somehow burn the plastic and recycle it. That's all I could think of. And it's floating in the Pacific. And it's actually bigger than the state of Texas. I'm always right, Timothy.
Infrastructure in modern U.S. history. But today, because the whistleblowers have revolted, because the documents are now public, and because President Donald Trump's Justice Department has just ordered a full federal crackdown that is already sending shockwaves through every blue state government. Stick with me, guys, because what you're about to hear, this is going to change the way you see the entire system. Hit the subscribe button. It absolutely does help the channel, and make sure you're still subscribed for those who are already subscribed. Now, folks, once the files were unsealed, the first section alone was enough to explain why federal agents looked like they hadn't slept in days. I mean, you think I got bags under my eyes? Man, them jokers look like they were up for like 99 hours without sleep. These internal assets completely quietly over the last year show violent crime surging across America's biggest sanctuary cities. We're talking about New York, Chicago, Denver, Washington, D.C. Does anybody feel safe in New York, Chicago, Denver, Washington, D.C.? Would you feel safe there? Y'all let me know. But the spike wasn't random. It wasn't organic. The reports tie a massive percentage of new assaults, robberies, and coordinated theft rings directly to a recently arrived bunch of migrant groups that local officials insisted were peaceful
and we're fully.
He's really not saying anything that I didn't already know. If there's something there for you, 2 false flags in 24 hours. I believe that. I do believe that. Warning from God. God warned us about the week of December 15th through 20th. And it's going to be a bad week.
Warning from God about the week of December 15th through 21st. Something really big is going to happen this week.
He's got his music. He just knows it. He's been talking to God. Whoa. The dot all around the page is white. Now, what I do see coming here that could be a real problem is Earth is going to go right through the debris field of this comet Atlas. And I mean right through it. Right about at, on our elliptical plane. Was that travel? On or about our elliptical plane. So it's going to be a real problem. Look, it's Lang. Lang is humorous, man. He's back in Plano, Texas. That's where all, look, he's got a pig's head. That's where all the Muslims are.
You should be ashamed of yourself standing up for these people. I am just as entitled to mine. Back, send him back. One nation under Sharia law.
He's got a real pig's head with the Quran in it. Plano is where they basically taken over. It's a suburb of Dallas to the north. And this is absolutely humorous. I've been trying to get him to come on the show. So if y'all find a contact for him, give it to me. Let me see if I can talk easy men. See if I can ease him in. I don't know what this is, but
You're talking white disrespect. Why? I didn't say anything to her until she said something to me. I took a video of her taking up 2 parking spots.
That's her car.
Okay.
I paid for that.
Okay. Well, I don't care who paid for it. What do you want to do? What do you want to do right now? You want to talk? What do you want to do?
I want to know why you call my wife a bitch.
What do you want to do right now?
I want to know why you call my wife a bitch.
Listen. What do you want to do right now?
I want to know why you call my wife a bitch.
What do you want to do right now?
I'm asking a simple question.
He's got
It's freedom of speech. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say.
Okay, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Then do it. What's up?
I'm asking you why you call my wife a bitch.
What do you want to do? Listen, I just gave you my answer because I can say whatever the fuck I want to say.
So what makes you get the right to call my motherfucking wife a bitch?
Come on, man. Let's stop with the ghetto shit. What do you want to do right now?
Ghetto.
Yeah, this is ghetto. This is ghetto.
You want to see how real ghetto you can get?
Come on. What do you want to do?
I'm asking you a question.
What do you want to do?
I'm asking you a simple question. Why did you call my wife a bitch?
I just told you she's taking up 2 parking spots. She said something to me. I don't give a. It don't matter. It don't. I don't give a fuck. I don't give.
You a bum.
You're a bum coming in here after me. What's up? What do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
What do you? I didn't come in here after you, dumbass.
I'm a bitch.
And I'm calling you.
If he didn't have a gun on him, he found out white boy was big.
You a dumbass.
You call my wife a bitch, huh?
What the fuck you want to do?
Huh?
What do you want to
Call
do?
my wife a bitch.
Let's go. We can all go to jail today. What's up?
I don't give a damn.
I know you don't. That's a
I don't
bum.
give a damn
That's a
about
bum.
jail.
That's a bum.
Why you call
Typical.
my wife a bitch?
What do you want to do?
call my wife a
I'm not going
bitch?
to have this conversation with you. What do you want to
Answer
do?
the question.
What do you want to do?
He answered
Answer
it.
mine. What do you want to do?
Whatever you feel like
I'm
doing.
not talking.
Whatever you feel like doing.
Then go about your business
Whatever
then.
you feel like doing.
I don't feel like talking to
I
you.
came to ask you a simple question. Why you call my wife a bitch? Dead ass.
He ain't
You
doing
me, told me you
shit.
called her a bitch.
I just told you my
I don't call
answer.
my wife a bitch. Nigga, I've been married to her for 18 years. What makes you give you the right to call her a bitch?
You ain't doing shit.
I'm ready to kill you right now.
Then kill me. What's
I'm
up?
asking you why
Come
you
on.
call her a bitch.
What you want to do?
I'm asking why you call my wife
What
a
you want to
bitch.
do?
Bro, I'm trying to be nice to you.
Yeah, you feel me? This is ghetto as hell. You're gonna.
And y'all still got him sitting in this restaurant.
Hey, I'll leave if it'll.
She
But
just called my wife. He just called my wife a bitch.
Because she parked 2 parking spots and he don't even work here. How you don't got the right to call my wife a bitch?
I didn't fucking just call her a bitch. She fucking threatened me because I was recording her. Yeah, then she got called a bitch, yeah.
You could have said that in the beginning. Show me the video then.
I got it.
She was calling you, she was being threatened to you first. Show me that.
I got it. Then she came in here.
Let me see it.
I'm not gonna stop recording right now.
Let me see it.
I'm not gonna stop recording right now to show you a video. You're nobody to me, dude. Who the fuck are you to me?
Right back.
You'll be right back. Okay.
You better go get the other shotgun. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. He wanted to play tough, but he didn't have his Glock, did he?
Kill us, right? Like they're going to start killing us and just replicating what we saw during the Holocaust. Except for this time, it won't be the Jews who are
We've heard her before.
Please do me a favor and don't talk about money in front of your Uber driver. Oh my god. I'm trying to calm myself down again because yet another passenger in Waikiki, of course, talking about money in front of me before I had to stop driving for the night because I would just never see the amount of money that they were talking about losing in the stock market that day. And they just brushed it off like, oh, it'll come back next week. And then just now I drove these 2 finance pros talking about how they're going to spend 3 mortgage payments and later on said $60,000 on a bet on the Lakers tonight. Do you know what $60,000 would do for me? Rent for a year.
Oh god, I've had about all I can take. We'll take one more shit because she's pissed off. Your car is spying on you. That is true. Your car tracks everywhere you go. Car listens to you. You can actually have it removed, but it does take money. Actually, I had mine removed. You have to take the dash off, and I have a sensor to see if they removed it for real or not. But she's right. Toyotas, Fords, they all track. They all track you. People, white supremacy is actually the devil. She's full of hate.
It's trick that the enemy, the devil, has ever played on any of us is making us believe that it is some entity in some faraway place just being evil and plotting against us, and not that the devil is white supremacy, not that the devil is, not that you have an actual enemy. And this is the greatest trick, because part of the reason why conservative Christian black people have been saying RIP to a known anti-black racist is because you don't think that's your enemy. That's who the Bible is talking about explicitly when it talks about your enemy. Your enemy came to devour you. Here God is gonna eat up his flesh on your behalf, and you praying. You praying. Good job, devil.
Nuts.
That's the enemy.
Nuts.
Hey people, this is my sister. She got the same belief as me.
Dear white people, can you be our friend?
That's all we want to know. Can we be friends?
That's crazy.
Dear white.
Alright, man. Alright. Lots of love. He actually cannot deny entry for that dog. That's going to be $1 million lawsuit right there.
Kids can't go in somebody's house and rob them without getting killed.
You have to understand, you have to look at it from every...
You know, white supremacy is finally getting out of hand whenever black kids can't go in somebody's house and rob them without getting killed.
You have to understand, you have to look at it from every child's point of view that was raised in the hood. How he gonna get his money to have clothes to go to school?
Yeah, how else is he supposed to get clothes and shoes without robbing people? And you wonder why they fucking profile us. Stupid bitch! I'm gonna call you stupid motherfuckers monkeys too from now on. Maybe you motherfuckers will take it from me because the monkey shit don't set in for them. You taking up for your brother who literally talk about he wanted to go to school so he had to rob a nigga? Nigga, what? Alright, let me calm down, So your brother didn't have clothes or shoes.
Not the ones he wanted.
To go to school? You don't need that to go to school. Stupid motherfucker. You don't need nothing new.
Alright. Lots of love, you guys. Another crazy ass evening. There she is. She's too pretty for her own self. And so is she. And so is he or she or...
You do realize that if an American president uses the American military on American citizens on American soil, he's declaring war on the American people. You understand that, right? And if Trump does that, if Trump uses the American...
That's not his voice.
American military on American citizens on American soil, the American people will fight back against him. We'll have no choice but to fight back against him. You understand that, right? You do.
One in Australia, one at Brown University. Both of them devastating, and both of them have a side of retards that are trying to justify something. Brown University, 20 people were shot. 2 of them died. What are people talking about? Gun control. It's the same fucking story every time we see a mass shooting. They don't want to look at the deep-rooted problem. Mental illness, radicalization. A lot of things haven't been answered about that shooting just yet. But I got a feeling that the suspect is of Islamic belief. The Australia terrorist attack was carried out by...
Yeah. Alright guys, lots of love. We'll do it all over tomorrow. Love you guys. Y'all be safe tonight. Lock your doors. And keep your 12 gauge loaded. It's hard to miss with a 12 gauge. Be safe, and we'll do it all over again tomorrow, as always. For those of y'all who want to help the channel out, please share our videos. Please buy us a cup of coffee right here. And we will definitely be back tomorrow. God bless. Remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.
In 2022, over 100